Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Rewind that. It's your girl, Miss K. If this is your first time coming across my channel, welcome. Please be sure to subscribe if you like the vibe and hit that notification bell so you know when I upload more videos like this one. You know when I go live, all that good stuff. So per usual, on Friday nights, we talk about the latest episode of Raising Kanan, season 3, episode number 9. That's what we're talking about tonight, called Home to Roost. Okay, now it's supposed to go live a little earlier. Normally, if this is your first time coming across my channel, I go live at midnight on Friday nights. It's technically Saturday morning, but it's Friday at midnight. But I'm going somewhere tomorrow, so I was supposed to go on earlier, guys, but it took me like 3 hours to prepare for this live, so it just didn't work out, and that's so annoying. But anyway, let's do our thing, okay? What's up, Just Me B and Rashonda Greer, Little Rock, and AG? Let's get into this episode, y'all. It was very good. Yes, it gave me a little bit of anxiety, but with this show, I think that's pretty normal. So it's all good, whatever. Michelle Wadler, hey. All right, y'all. So as you could see, y'all, the episode starts off where we can see that Lulu is bugging out. Oh, sorry, AG. You said the YouTube ads are annoying. I shouted you out, girl. Lou is out here bugging, y'all. Okay. Drunk as ever, tearing up the streets, tearing up people's cars. Like, how many of y'all felt like, wow, if you put yourself in the shoes of the people's car that he was tearing up? Like, wouldn't you be so pissed off if you came outside and saw your car jacked up like that because of somebody like Lulu? I mean, and I love me some Lulu, but come on, man. And he just kept on going, tearing people's cars up. Like, get the heck off the road if you're going to be drinking. Like, come on now. Do people a favor. All right. LSW, hey. Um, so he is he goes into a liquor store and he winds up robbing the liquor store. Not of the money, but just of the liquor. That's all he wants. Now, in my opinion, I feel like this guy deserved to get what he got because of the simple fact that he saw Lulu digging and looking around, and then he was just talking to him like he was slow. It was like, what? You know what I'm saying? Like, that was so stupid. I mean, he kind of like antagonized him, you know what I'm saying? Like, the dude is in your face looking through his wallet. Hello. All right. And so um he was down his throat and he's like, "Are you paying or what? That's how this works. So you give you this, you go in there, yeah." It was just like talking to him like he was a Riri, right? And so as you could see to the left, Lulu kind of looked at him like, "Oh, okay, that's how you would have. That's how you would have. Okay, no, we're gonna do it a different way this time." One thing I'm telling you that I'm gonna miss about Lulu is the smoothness of him. He's always got this smoothness about him. And when I say miss about him, I don't think that he's dead or nothing like that. I'm just saying I think he's gonna be probably off the show for a little while or having less scenes. You know what I'm saying? But we'll talk about that later. What's up, Mike Conley and Big Wolf Status? All right. So that's just that the dude was shooting and everything, and oh my gosh, shot his own window out and all of that. So all right, let's move on. So next we get to this scene right here where Joaquin rolls up on Ronnie because they was waiting for Juliana and her crew. So Ronnie is such a stickler for time and anything that's everything has to stay in order because why? He has OCD. We know this, right? So he's even a stickler for time. So we hear through his friend Ty Dolla Signs that it's only been 2 minutes. All right. But Ronnie wants to leave. He's like, Juliana and her people never leave. Right. And so he's like, it's only been 2 minutes. He's like, leave. He bullies everybody. So I was loving this moment so freaking much when a real boss shows up, baby. Okay. A real boss. Do you see? Do you see these people around him? Okay. So he know like this ain't the popo. This dude is the one that's coming to this dude is the one that's coming to tell us that we ain't got no more work. Like he already knew what was up. What's up, Alex? Hey. Um, he knew what was going on, right? So I love how calmly Joaquin was like, come, come, like mad cool about it. Like, come out the car, come out the car. Like it's not all good, but it's all good because your life got spared. But come out the car, let's talk. What's up, VKJ? Okay, so now let's get to this dialogue, all right, guys. So he lets him know that Juliana is dead and so is the work, okay? Now, the only reason you ain't dead is because your investors asked me to spare your life, okay? Like when he got out, when what's the dude's name? Ronnie got out, Joaquin was like, I'm afraid my Singh won't be able to work with you anymore. Whatever relationship or whatever you thought you had with her, all of that is finished and everything like that. So I was like, oh my gosh, okay. So it seems to me that all Ronnie heard was the name Rock because he says to Joaquin, this is about Rock. And Joaquin says, no, it's about me. I gave my word that I wouldn't supply to South Jamaica. All right. And I'm a man of my word, which is the reason you're still breathing. All right. It's the reason. Like, I have to remind you again, my dude. Like, are you missing the freaking point here? You're not dead, guy. I think this dude had to be reminded a few times, like, you're not dead, be happy. Like we kind of got that when he went over to Snaps and Pop, like, hello, you're welcome. My gosh. Oy, oy, oy. So I felt like it's so good, guys, to see Ronnie knocked off his fake old high horse, because remember, he told his brother, I'm the top dog. But you ain't really the top dog, my ninja. You not really. Okay? Because Joaquin let him know how bosses stand on business just now. Okay? We could box you in, roll up on you, box you in, and I got my peoples all around me. I could turn my back on you if I want to. Your brother turned his back and you freaking clocked him over the daggone head. But me, I could turn my back right now. It's going to be all good. Like a boss. All right. And then you saw Ronnie. He tried to give Joaquin a little face, that looked like he wanted to growl or something like that. And Joaquin just kind of like smiled, like, boy, please, let me show you how a real boss walk off. Okay? You try to rule with fear, man. I got power. And that's the bottom freaking line. You ain't got no power, brother. You just crazy. And there's only so much. Like, crazy can only take you so far. Like, seriously. Okie dokie. Now, let's see. Where we at? Okay, guys. So Rock is back in business, as we see. Like, we kind of see like the operation is actually operating. You know what I mean? Like, there's stuff in the stuff, the stuff in the barrels and everything. You got the Chinese guys moving in on the trucks and everything. The weight is being moved, y'all, in the Chinese restaurants, and folks are getting high with that special sauce. Okay, it's moving. She's back in business for real. All right. So we're going to see how all that goes. She's competition for the folks, y'all. Okay. Let's move on to the next scene. We're going to start looking at comments in a minute, but let's move on. So this scene right here, guys, Rock meets Juke at Lamont's Diner. I want to say real quick that I've been thinking about Lamont's Diner, and I'm like, yo, what happened to Lamont's Diner? Like, nobody shows up there anymore, okay? But finally, we have another meeting at Lamont's Diner, okay? And so Rock brings Juke a letter from the army. Rock asks Juke if the army is what she really wants, and Juke says she doesn't know, okay? And I thought it was funny when they were making fun of Marvin, because Rock was like, you told your daddy yet? And she was like, I can't imagine what he gonna say. And Juke was like, he'll probably take a lot of really deep breaths, and Rock started, imitating Marvin and everything, like, I'm like, yo, stop playing with my man's like that. It's doing him some good. A lot of heads would have been cracked if Marvin, y'all would have probably been in a lot more trouble out here than you are right now if Marvin wasn't doing all this. Smelling the roses, okay? What's up, Brosy Bros? Earl Hodge, hi. So now, guys, let's get back to this conversation because I thought it was one of the realest and best talks in this episode. Brillo said, Rock being a good mom to Juke, where's that energy for Kanan? Wow. Listen, you right. I can't argue because this was a great scene. The way she's supportive, the way she, I mean, it's dope. But bros, you got to remember, she was trying to do that for Kanan. You don't remember in season 1? She really was trying to do that for Kanan, trying to get him to do, go to that science school or that special school, whatever that school that lady was trying to get him to go to because he's so smart. The dude wanted a different life. He wanted to be in the game. So it's like, how could she really try to be that way when this dude wanted a total different life? So I don't know. That's all I gotta say about that one. That little ninja wanted a different life, child. So yeah, it was cute imitating Martin. I said Marvin. But anyway, Rock tells Juke that she ain't the one to give life advice because every day now she's realizing how much she has to learn. There's a lot of things that she doesn't know and all of that. Okay. But she says, I just want you to be happy. So if the army can make you happy, go find it. But if it's here singing on that stage, do that. Okay. Now, this was a real moment, like I said, and I thoroughly enjoyed the two actresses, not just the characters, y'all, but the two actresses. I had to stop and take that in, like, wow, they doing such a good job. All right. Now, I also like that Rock was saying, she told Juke that she's been talking about Kanan for Juke's entire life, and that ain't never been right, or it's never been fair, and today I'm here to talk about you and only you. And I know that made Juke feel really, really good, because you got to understand, Juke doesn't have a mom. I know y'all already understand that she doesn't have a mom. So when you hear this motherly figure telling you all these wonderful things, and just being that mother that you need and you didn't grow up with, I'm pretty sure it does good for her spirit and stuff like that. All right. Now, let me see what you guys are saying. Big Wolf Status says, crazy theory, could Juke be Rock's daughter and Marvin pretending to be her father? It's possible. It happens all the time in families. I would hate that so very, very much. AG says Patina needs an Emmy ASAP. I feel like if that were the case, then she definitely loves Juke, but she's not always like the way she is after Kanan. She's not like that with Juke. So I highly doubt that theory. AG says that Rock kept lying to Kanan. She should have been honest with him. But there's a lot going on, guys. It seems like some of y'all be like skipping. You know what I'm saying? Like skipping what happened the first season and how he was overstepping and doing a whole bunch of stuff. You know what I mean? The only thing that I felt like she should have told him from the jump, because this is the lie that she had before he was trying to get in the game, was that DEFCON was his father. That was the lie right there. If that's what you're talking about, that was the lie right there. But once he started trying to get in the game and all of this stuff, then there was other lies that was starting to come up. But if he would have went to school, he wouldn't have to worry about none of that. He wouldn't have to worry about her lying about scrap and lying about things that was happening in the business. So I'm not really going to go that far with it, because like I said, there's so many reasons behind all of this stuff. But I don't want to get too caught up in that, because I do need to get out of here by a certain time. I don't want to rush this, guys. I love you, but I do need to get my rest, baby. I got to get up at I think 6 o'clock or something. That ain't cool. I can't stand that. All right, y'all. So we also see that Famous comes to the bar and he hears Shirley playing his song. for a record exec. Okay, so the guy is interested, right? And I guess we'll see where that goes. But the only problem is they're looking for Lulu, y'all. Okay, they want to meet with Lulu too because he's the producer and all of this. He's making the music, making the beats, and everything like that. But Lulu is nowhere to be found. So unfortunately, it looks like this is gonna be like a serious music opportunity that could have changed Lulu's life, and he's not here. Oh my gosh, the tragedy! Sheesh. This is what I told my members. I'm like, this is like a freaking Shakespearean tragedy, y'all. This whole story with the Thomas family is freaking tragic, man. Oh man. What's up, Demarcus? All right. Jay, hi. I haven't seen you in a while. Kanan is a kid and needs to stay in a child's place. She should have told him about his dad. If anything, that's the thing right there that I feel like she should have just came and told him. But there was so much riding on that though, where it was kind of dangerous for her, dangerous for him. Like if the hood found out that, you know what I'm saying? And did she trust him enough? You know what I mean? Did she trust him enough to say, I mean, to say, you know, yeah, did she trust him enough to think that he was gonna keep that secret? You know what I mean? I don't know. That's a tough one. That's a tough one. I think the least she could have done was say, you know what, somebody else is your father. It's not DEFCON. All right. But I can't tell you who because it will put you and me in danger. So I'm going to wait until you get to be of a certain age or some crap like that. You know, I don't know. And then you know how that go. Would have been a whole nother thing. People want to dig and dig and dig. Okay. So, yeah, I was about to go and just totally go off, guys. Okay. So Marvin is on the job, y'all. He's on the job, out looking for his brother. He goes to Lulu's apartment, and the super lets Marvin in. Okay, but of course, Lulu wasn't there. The freaking apartment is towed the freak up. And Marvin tells the dude, first he pays the guy to get in, and he tells the dude to lock up and don't freaking take nothing because I know everything that's up in here. And I'm like, Marvin, because that house, that freaking place was a mess, okay? But anyway, guys, let's get to this right here. Captain Burke comes in to see Captain Baptiste, all right? And when Captain Baptiste tells him that IAD closed Shannon's case, Captain Burke says, no, I want them to keep it open because Shannon was set up by Detective Howard, right? But Baptiste, he doesn't want to hear anything, just like he didn't want to hear nothing from Shannon. He didn't want to hear nothing from him either. He's like, we've been down this road before and everything. He's kind of yelling at him or whatever. He tells Captain Burke that Detective Howard is a highly decorated officer, and Burke says, so am I need you to hear me out, right? So that's when we hear Captain Burke tell Captain Baptiste that he visited Nicole's father, Mr. Bingham, and he made a connection between Laverne Thomas, Marvin Thomas, and Detective Howard. So this we just gonna combine both of the scenes, okay? So at the mention of Laverne's name, Captain Baptiste was like, OMG, like, I cannot believe we forgot about her. So now he gets Tanner on the phone and calls him. Crazy thing is Tanner had nothing for them, right? Like, he really is one of the, he don't want to give the cops, the NYPD, no burn whatsoever, right? No help at all until Baptiste mentions Juke's name. And now Tanner wants to get involved. Like, are you kidding me? Oh, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, you so corny. I can't wait till y'all get the heck up out of here. Because he wanted all this information from Detective Howard. He wants all the help he can get. But when it's something that's going to help their case or anything, they don't want nothing to do with it. He don't want to help out. Oh, no, this just really has nothing to do with us. And da 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 da. Okay, well then, you know, whatever's going on with you ain't got nothing to do with us either. So go over there with your stuff. We state, you federal. Do your thing. Freaking jerk. So now we got Ronnie, y'all, who he goes to confront Snap and Pop about not telling them that Joaquin was going to cut off his supply. And so Pop was like, you ain't tell us you was going around him to his cousin, which was freaking stupid. You know what I mean? And Snaps is like, you lucky he came to us first or you would be dead too. So you're welcome. Remember I was saying that, you know, it's like people got to remind you, Ninja, to be happy that you still breathing out here. And So all Ronnie could hear once again, it's a rock thing all the time. All he could think about is rock. And after Pop tells him that he's gonna have to figure something out real quick, he says, "This is all rock," right? And Snap says, "Rock ain't take our money, you did. And you ain't about to be messing with our 401k, ninja, okay?" Now, last thing, they like, that's the last thing you want to freaking do, okay? So I see that they are definitely not happy with him right now. And Pops, guys, I just don't think she ever liked Ronnie anyway. Like, she just never liked him. She probably just gets the vibe that a lot of people should get from him, but for some reason he gets people that are around him for whatever reason. But she gets the vibe. She's right. She know what she's talking about. Okay, and so after Ronnie leaves, Pop says that boy got mad issues. Okay, and Snaps was like, "Yup, he got two of them, you and me, baby." Okay, so my thing is, I think that they're starting to see that he is a huge liability. I think that she already saw that a long time ago. Last night I was on, about probably like 3 a.m, and I kind of was doing this little prediction of what's going to happen. I know that at the end of the episode, they three came together and they were telling Kanan, "Your mother's a problem. She needs to be handled," and stuff like that. And I was saying that I think what's gonna wind up happening is that, yeah, there's a few angles that we could go. It's a setup. Now, as I really got a chance to think about it last night, I was saying that I think it's gonna be a setup where Ronnie's about to walk into a death trap and he don't know it. But I think how it's gonna play out, when I really sat down and, like I said, thought about it, I feel like when Rock realizes that she's in a war after they, try to shoot up her vehicle and everything, she's gonna go to Stefano and whoever and talk to whoever she can and squash stuff, I guess, and they're gonna come to an agreement and they're gonna lure this guy in. And to me, there should be no reason why Ronnie is going to be on his way or in that area at Stefano's place where that furnace is if he's not going to get off and go into the furnace. Now, I think that Kanan is going to be the one to put the bullet in him. It kind of reminds me, even though I know that Kanan and his mother are not working together, it reminds me of the time when Tariq set Kanan up. And when Kanan realized that he was being set up, he kind of had this smirk on his face, like and maybe that's because he's like, "Yo, this kid is really a lot like me. Like, I remember I had to do the same thing for my moms." You know what I'm saying? So, like, I don't know. I could be, but that's a strong possibility. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, even though Kanan and his mother are not seeing eye to eye, this is something that he's gonna wind up doing, where he's gonna come to the aid of his mother when it's time to choose family. And that's what Tariq did. As much as he loved Kanan, he chose family. Now Kanan ain't never say he loved freaking Ronnie. He say he trusts him more than his own mother. But at this time, I think he's gonna choose his family over this freaking kook. All right. So there you have that. All right. So where am I at now? So Marvin hears that Lou robbed a liquor store, guys. Okay. So even though it was dead outside, y'all saw how dead it was outside, right? Like, nobody was really outside. We don't know what time it was, but if a liquor store is open around that time, it's probably it's probably between 9 and 10, because liquor stores close around 10 o'clock out, and I don't know about Queens, but I know in Brooklyn they close by like 10, 11, some might push it to 12 if they bold, they got some courage. So no one was outside though, but for some reason people still saw who it was. It's Lulu out there robbing the daggone liquor store, y'all. Okay, so now, guys, Rock, she calls on Detective Howard, who, is going to help her. Well, she wants him to help her find Lulu. Now, as much as he loves making his little digs at her, saying stuff like, "You mother lovers are incorrigible," and your BS don't ever stop, right? Rock had to remind him that, like it or not, we family, okay? And for her to admit that, she was desperate for his help because, like she said, you the last person that I want to go to. You know what I'm saying? So just do what you got to do, because if we don't get him off the streets, it's going to be all of us going down. So just stop. All right. Now, next we have Marvin, who briefly meets up with Gerald, okay? Now, we can see that Gerald must be feeling guilty about working with the FBI because he tries to distance himself from Marvin in this moment. He tells him that their meetings have been really helping him and he's good now, right? I'm good. So, like, he's like, I know you got a lot going on and I don't want to burden you and all of this stuff. And Marvin is like, come on now, what I tell you about this friendship thing? Sound like you breaking up with me. What I tell you about that? Like, we're in this together and I'm not going anywhere, but there is a reason why he wants to break it off. And so, oh man, isn't that just life though? There's always a reason why, and you just don't, the person doesn't want to be honest with you about why they're breaking something off, and just all of a sudden, so it's just like, what are you hiding? We freaking know what the heck we hiding, okay, child. Now let me tell y'all something. I wasn't sure where Gerald was gonna go, but do y'all want to know what was going through my mind? So we know that Marvin loves to eat. All right. He ain't come there with no food, but he says he's hungry. So we got the grapes over there for the little girls. Gerald says the daughters didn't touch it or whatever, right? Marvin says, can I have some? I'm like, yo, there better not be no daggone truth serum or nothing like that in them daggone grapes. Because we know that Gerald couldn't get nothing out of Marvin. Sometimes my mind just be going crazy. Like, what the heck you got going on, Gerald? Why you got food sitting there for Marvin? Like, you clocking Marvin, he like to eat. That's easy work. That's so easy. Marvin, if God forbid, if anybody ever wanted to delete Marvin, you don't have to freaking shoot him. You could poison my man's food, which I don't like that. Because that's all you want to do is freaking eat. Or if you want to, you want him to talk, you shoot some truth serum in the grapes, and the grapes is perfect because it's already juicy. Probably wouldn't be able to tell, but you would have to probably have something that has, it's tasteless. You know what I mean? Man, my mind is crazy. That's how you know. Big Wolf status. You already know where this mind is at. You already know. So anyway, let's let's move on. Okay, so Famous, he comes to, what's up, JT? He comes to Kanan's house now, Kanan's freaking apartment now. And he wants to know where Lou is. All right. Have you seen Lou? But Ronnie yokes him up, like, go away. Don't even allow Kanan to answer the question or nothing like that. He's like, go away and everything. Because Famous wouldn't leave. He just was still trying to talk to Kanan through the door. And it was just like, for what? Like, what are you yoking him up for? Why are you doing this? So Kanan comes out and he tells Ronnie to let Famous go. He also tells him that he's not messing with his family right now, right? This is what he says to Famous. And then Ronnie was like, you got your answer. Then he pushes Famous on the floor. And then Kanan runs out. And to me, I'm like, he seemed a little concerned, you know what I mean? But he also tells Fame that everybody is going to be at Juke's performance at the mall. And he doubts that Lou will miss it, okay? So then as Kanan was going back into his apartment, Ronnie was like, you going to the mall and we ain't got no business no more, right? And Kanan was like, you don't need to worry about what the F I'm doing, Ninja. I was like, that's right, Kanan, okay? You don't need to worry about what the F I got going on. Even though he didn't say that part, but he said, you don't need to worry about what I'm doing. Of course, he got his mouth, man, tight shut, wired shut. You don't need to worry about it. The heck is wrong with you? Even after him and the cousin was, oh, thank you, Big Wolf. Even though him and the cousin was just arguing, he gonna see his cousin perform, okay? Oh, it didn't come through yet. Big Wolf. But I thank you so much for whenever it does come through. I really appreciate it. But it didn't come through yet. All right. So where are we at, guys? But I do think that, you know, Lulu not going to Juke's performance is really like, it just shows that he's really down bad. You know what I'm saying? Now, next, guys, is showtime. All right, showtime, baby. And it's showtime at the mall. And I love how the Miss Manager here, she told the group that she was proud of them. And I believe it was genuine and just so sweet because you've seen her just riding these girls and seeming to be mean. But, you know, as the weeks were going by, it was like it wasn't that bad, you know. And, you know, Juke did a good job being the lead. And even Crystal gave her props. I don't know how real it was, but it was cool anyway. Okay. But here's a question that I have for you guys. You know, the performance is great and all, but do you guys think that when Juke was looking through the curtains and stuff like that, do you think she was looking for Lulu? Because she was just scanning the crowd. She saw Famous, she saw Kanan, and, you know, her dad and all of them. And I think those are the people that she had expected to see. But, you know, Uncle Lulu hasn't been around. So I'm wondering if that's who she was looking for, because I was like, you know, it didn't take me to the second watch to realize that maybe it was Lulu that she was looking for. Because I was like, who is she looking for? There's somebody that she wants to see. And you know, and it just wasn't registering to me until I watched it again, and I heard Kanan tell Famous Lulu wouldn't miss that. I doubt if he would miss that. And here it is. Yeah, he did miss that. You know, tag, yo, Lulu. Ah, man, yo. You know, if he was in his right mind, he would not do that. He would not do that to his girl. So sad. She was looking for Lulu. Yeah. Kanan, Ty, Ronnie, they all gonna conspire to take him out. Yeah, that's what I think is gonna happen. I think it's gonna be like a whole conspiracy to take him out. They're just gonna have like a little family barbecue, you know, for the moment. You know how they did Freddy Krueger? They was like, all right, we gotta get rid of this dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, he over here messing with the kids now. We gonna take him down, burn him up, baby. Okay. Okay, so that's that, y'all. Now, meanwhile, guys, the cops, while this is going on, the cops done found drunk Lulu, okay, at the bar. Because first of all, the bar owner called the cops. And he's like, he's freaking getting drunk. He's not paying for nothing. And he passes out. Then he wakes up. He's tearing the place up, you know. And so he calls the cops. Just so happens that these daggone cops were officers that got word that they need to be looking for a Marvin. I'm sorry, not a Marvin, Lulu Thomas. So there you go with that. So the right cops picked them up, right? Thankfully. You know what I mean? Because if it was somebody else that didn't, you know, wasn't connected with Howard or whatever, it would have been an issue. Okay. And so they take him to this abandoned house for Detective Howard. Now, we will talk about that a little later. Okay, now back at the mall, y'all. We're going to get into this now. Back at the mall, Rock tells Kanan that they're going to have a celebration for Juke in a couple of days. But Kanan says, I ain't got time for y'all, right? And he tries to walk away. So Marvin was like, what you got going on? You know what I'm saying? What you got to do? So Marvin was like, I'm sorry, not Marvin. Rock says to Kanan, threatening a social worker ain't gonna make your problems go away, you know. And if I make one more phone call, they're gonna take you away upstate, okay? Because Kanan was like, I ain't worried. And that's when she hit him with the whole threat of making one more phone call, whatever. And Kanan says, I could make phone calls too. There's places they could take you, you know. And so I was like, oh, this little boy, you know, I could tell her what I know. You know, there's certain things that I know. All right, you want to play that game. And of course, guys, you know, you're not gonna be talking like that in front of Uncle Marvin. So he says, boy, hold up now. I don't know who your daddy. I don't care who your daddy is, was or ain't. You know, I'm paraphrasing. But I will take my belt off and whoop your freaking behind right here and right there going now. You don't talk to your mother like that, okay? But of course, Rock, she's trying to be soft for Kanan all the time. And it seems like every time Marvin tries to step in and put him in his place, Rock is always like, no, it's okay, Marvin. Like, fall back. No, he needs to get what he needs to get. This is a freaking problem right now. Okay? But anyway, Rock tells Kanan that Ronnie doesn't see the world like normal people. There's a lot of things, if y'all notice in this scene right here, a lot of stuff that Kanan was saying to his mother. She wasn't responding directly to him. She just kind of like changed the subject and move on to something else, and she's like, Ronnie don't see the world like everybody, and like normal people, right? And he said, well, I trust him more than I trust you. And that's when Rock tells Kanan that Ronnie deleted his own brother. And Kanan says, that's not what I heard. I heard you took out Unique and had the Italians burn them so that you can have Unique's work, right? And so, man, instead of responding to that malarkey, Rock tells Kanan that his business with Ronnie has been deaded. And Kanan says, you don't decide when I'm done, right? Not no more. I'm like, that he mad? He is mad. You don't decide. You better Rock, you better do something. Because you got your brother over here with his jaw dropped, okay? Dropped. Like, you just gonna let him talk to you like that? What the heck is going on? I'm ready to put my foot up somewhere. What's the problem here? Gosh. So, yeah. Yeah, isn't it crazy? Oh my god. She was just like, yo, this, and she was I was wondering, guys, what Rock was thinking, because the camera kind of like stayed on her face a little bit, and I was just like, what are you thinking, Rock? What are you thinking? Because normally you see she's got all these, little moves and these power moves and things like that, and it's like, what, it's like you got nothing anymore? You running out of moves, girl? Because like you just lost all control of this little boy. All control. Are you willing to make that call and send him up top, up north? Probably. Never know, y'all. Never freaking know. I almost wouldn't be surprised if she decided to let that happen. All right, guys. So next, the feds, they show up at the mall and they take Juke in for questioning, yo. And I was like, oh my freaking gosh. They took her in for questioning. She's over here thinking, because you see the manager, she's out and she's talking to these men in suits. I mean, they didn't look like no daggone record execs. I'm sorry, y'all. They just didn't. But the girls, they don't know better. They looking like, do you think they're from? Da, 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 da. They look like feds. They look like feds. And so I'm surprised Juke didn't say that though. Like, they look like fed, but she's not thinking like that. She's not thinking that that's who the heck is going to be there at her daggone performance. She's over here like, sky is the limit. We about to do this thing. And it's up, okay? Like, we're just reaching for the stars at this moment. And so I was like, man, I just thought that was so freaking messed up, y'all. I really felt so bad because I'm like, these freaking guys, they don't really give two craps. Like, they didn't even care about where this chick, you know what I'm saying? Like, about nothing that was going on in her life. Like, it was just like, well, oh well. Oh well. Like, you just gonna have to freaking come with us, no matter what's going on in your life. They couldn't wait for anything. Dag, yo, I screwed up. I had a clip that I wanted to show you guys, and I totally freaking screwed it up. So hold on real quick. I just wanted to see if I could get it, but okay. Now, I wanted to kind of talk about the fact that Juke Wait, what was going on during that time? Hold on. So she like I said, they were getting all excited. I'm sorry, y'all. They was getting all excited about it. It was so, emotional, and not like they were crying or anything like that, but it was just like, yeah, we about to do, what we got to do, and this is our lives about to go on, and I just kind of know that. I mean, Juke already said it. She already knows that her life is pretty much over and everything, but that lady, she looked like she was so freaking just she just I don't do y'all think that she looked like it was over? Like, how did y'all feel about that scene? Let me see. The feds don't give it yeah, they really don't. They don't care. Juke held it down like some of her other family members. Yeah, it was so unnecessary, y'all. I'm so upset, guys, because I had a clip for y'all that I wanted to show you because it reminded me, and I went through all of this work trying to get it for you guys. I mean, it ain't no big deal, but it's annoying when I put in work to show you guys something and I can't show it to you. All right, whatever. So y'all remember that scene from Set It Off when Smoke, is it Smokey? Not Smokey. What is her name? It's not Stony, not Stony, not Smokey. Ain't nobody named Smokey. Frankie. When she was getting fired, she got fired like on the spot just because all of that stuff. And she was like, I counted $248,000 right now for you. And she was going crazy, and she was like, you're gonna fire me? You couldn't even wait. It's like she got fired right there. Couldn't wait. So I kind of had that little thing, like, you couldn't even wait, with her screaming. And I wanted to show it when I was talking about this, but it ain't freaking work. And I'm very annoyed because I spent time on that daggone thing. Okay. Killed my whole daggone plan. Wasted time over here. All right. But we're going to talk a little bit more about it. Now, Detective Howard shows up. Yeah, I think the manager is disappointed. Yeah. But Juke feel like her life is pretty much like ruined, Man, the old girl didn't even offer her, right? Didn't offer water, but Juke had a little bit of water though. All right. So Detective Howard, guys. What's up, Juan? Roman? Detective Howard shows up to the abandoned house that the cops brought Lou to. And the cops tell Howard that Lou has been real chatty and told them he knocked off a liquor store and everything, right? And Howard was just listening like, yeah, that sounds about right. This ninja talks a lot, So the officers leave, and Detective Howard tells Lou that he needs to keep his mouth shut. He talks too much. And Lou says, you ain't heard nothing yet. Like, yo, Lulu is too much. He said, I could solve dang near every murder on the south side for you. So Howard says, your sister will be here to get you soon. So just shut the heck up in the meantime, okay? Now, then Lou brings up Scrap, right? Because he realizes that Howard is the man that Raquel had on the inside. So he puts it all together. He's like, Howard is the reason that Scrap is dead. Lou tells Howard that Howard messed up, okay? Because Scrap wasn't a snitch. And he tells Howard that he killed Scrap. You killed Scrap, So Howard says, say one more word. Say another word, knuckle, right? And you dead, okay? So Lou was like, I'm already dead. I'm already dead. Yo, my guy needs some help. He put a gun into, put the gun to his head and everything. But that ain't going nowhere. But I'm glad. Say another word. So next, y'all, we got, this was kind of sad. Marvin goes to the hospital and he finds out that Gerald's daughter drowned. Remember, I was saying that those words is going to be foreshadowing when Marvin said to him, listen, somebody's going to get hurt and it's not going to be you, right? If you don't get yourself together. Wind up being his daughter, Alice, who drowned, okay? Now they're going to take Amber away. The crazy thing about this, guys, is that this freaking moron decided that I'm gonna go get high and I'm gonna put my daughter in the tub while I go get high. And I'm just like, that is the stupidest freaking thing ever. But this is what happens when people have addictions. It severely impairs the judgment, which is the reason why folks don't want to be around people that have addictions and they don't understand it. And it's like, because you're sick and you don't get that, what you're doing is gonna freaking hurt somebody. Okay. What's up, Monica? Okay. So Donise Nicole says, when I hear predictions of Marvin getting locked up, makes me think that would push Juke to enlist, get out, change her last name, become a cop. And OG, we never really found out why she used to sing. Yeah. I hope he doesn't get locked up, but guys, I don't know what's gonna go on. All right. So Marvin, he's trying to encourage his friends, and he said, maybe it might be a good idea for them to take Amber right now, until you get better, and then you can get her back. Okay. So Gerald says, I'm a horrible father and a friend and this and that. And Marvin is like, no, you was a good friend and everything, blah, blah, blah. And then he's like, no, they were trying to take me to jail and this and that. And Marvin was like, what are you talking about? You so sad. You so sad. You're not even making no sense. I was like, Marvin, listen to him, please. He's trying to tell you something, baby. Zip it. So he confesses to Marvin about working with the FBI. And I know it took everything in Marvin, guys, not to choke him to freak out. Okay. So instead, he heard him with the words, and he's like, you ain't no type of father or friend. You ain't ish. Everything you did, your daughter's dead because of you. I might go to jail because of you. Everything you did was for yourself. And of course, it just tore Gerald up, guys. We know what the aftermath of that was. He went and deleted himself. And when the cops found him, one of the guys was like, well, do you think that this was some type of homicide or whatever? And when one of the dudes was like, nah, offing himself is the smartest thing this guy ever did. I was like, dag. Pretty harsh, but, it's a fact. He probably should have did it before his baby girl drowned. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not advocating for none of that stuff. But man, oh man, folks out here messing up lives, baby. Okay. Now, next, guys, we're going to talk a little bit about the Juke thing. So, of course, we see that she hold it down. But this is one of the saddest things about this episode, like I said. So, this is Tanner, and he has it all wrong, guys. And he tells Juke that they know that her father was the one who sold drugs to her friend Nicole. And I was like, oh my gosh. Woo, y'all so stupid. Ugh. Juke was like, y'all don't know nothing. Tanner, he was still trying to make the connection to the organized crime, everything. Because what the problem is that for whatever reason, they're looking at Marvin, right? But they're barking up the wrong tree for the most part. Like, as far as if you want a tree, Marvin is not the one. Marvin is probably like a branch or something like that. What's up, OT lungs? So Marvin is probably like a branch. You know what I'm saying? And like, you just looking at a freaking branch on the tree, like they say low hanging fruit or something like that. Like, this dude is just not who you really should be looking at right now. But they're trying to make these connections, so every little thing that they get, they trying to put it together with the mob, because that's who they're really investigating the most. But it's just like, this is so stupid. All right. So she's like, y'all don't know nothing. And then, like I said, he's trying to make this connection with the mob, but it was an epic fail. You know what I'm saying? Just freaking laughable at this point. And Juke was like, my dad ain't friends with cops, organized freaking crime, or nobody. Like, my father's a lone wolf. He ain't got no friends, She told him that he effed up her whole life tonight. So why would I answer your questions? Because he still, like, he knew he ain't have nothing. and she told him, she said, if y'all had something like, come on now, this, you wouldn't even be talking to me. Like, get the heck out of my face. So he was just, it was a dead end basically. And he's like, oh, I just got one more question. And she's like, you effed up my life. Like, what you think this is? And so it just looks like he kind of felt stupid, but then he tried to put something in their ear, like, you can't escape a messed up family or whatever. And for some reason, it's always going to come back to you when you try to escape it, whatever stupidness that he said. She just said, F you, FBI. so that's that. The fact that this chick became a cop is just I really need to see how that comes about, because it's so freaking interesting to me, because she will tell a cop or an FBI agent, screw you in a minute. Okay. Let me see what you guys are saying. What's up, Raymond Rhodes? Predictions of Kanan's mother, Rock. She told him that he was out of the drug business, and then Kanan said, you don't decide when I'm done. Coldest moment, just like Ghost and older Kanan. Even if you confessed, their lawyer would have tired his A up in court. Or tied. You saying tied him up in court? All right, let's move on from this, guys. Where we at? It's almost 12. So we got Rock, who, she gets to the abandoned building. You got this dude over here talking about something. Your brother over here confessing to all the crimes in the South Side, And she said, it looked like you need to be doing some daggone confessing too. So she's like, you've been lying to me the whole time by saying there was no leads. Meanwhile, the FBI been building a case against my brother. So Detective Howard was like, yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I did lie about it or whatever, but we could pin everything on Marvin, because he was like, and I'm gonna be honest, I told him they was looking in the right direction. And she's like, wow. So he said we could pin everything on Marvin. He need to take one for the team. He'll understand. We let Marvin take the fall, and me, you, and Kanan will be free and clear. And Rock was like, but my brother won't. You know what I'm saying? Like, my brother's not going to be free and clear. So how do you think this is going to work out when my family's not protected? Because he looking at it like, as long as me, you, and Kanan are okay, screw everybody else, because we're really the family here, the parents and the child. Screw everybody else. And she's like, no, that's not how this is going. She's like, I ain't never selling out my family. And so he says, well, fine, do it your way. And he's like, I'm tired of this anyway. Screw you and yours. And she says, mine's is yours, ninja. How about that? So, I don't know, y'all. I'm hoping that what she's saying, she stays on it. That's it. Don't set him up. Nothing like that. I mean, to me, little words like, you told me that everything was good. Meanwhile, the whole time they were sizing up my big brother. Like, to me, when she referred to Marvin as her big brother, it was more endearing than ever I've heard her talk about him before. And, her and Marvin have gotten a lot closer. I see Big Wolf status is saying Rock set up Marvin before. Maybe. She set him up before. I don't remember that. I don't know if that's a theory or if that's something that I forgot. All right. But y'all can't be putting theories out like it's a fact that we know. All right. So tell me if that's a fact that you know, or if that's a theory that you're trying to go off of. All right. Just remind me if I'm forgetting something. That's all. But if it's a theory, we're not going to touch it. But so just like I have a theory that she had something to do with High Post. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if she really did it, because they didn't tell us that it wasn't a part of the script. So anyway, but they're closer now. Her and Marvin are closer now. She sees Marvin more like her protector. So that's her brother as well. But her using the words big brother, to me, that just means that's a whole different term of endearment, is, in my opinion. Whatever. That's just, you know how I am, y'all. I look at little things like that. But I just hope that she does not allow none of that stuff to go down. Don't let your brother take the fall. Don't do none of that. None of that. Okay? Yeah, people would say my big brother this episode, right, Denise? Like when Lou uttered, there go my big brother, right? Uh-huh. Everybody like, Mom, that's my big brother. That's my big brother. Oh my gosh. Big Wolf status said Marvin said he was set up and went to prison. Right, but he didn't say he was set up by Rock, right? So once again, it's a theory because we don't know. All right, but I'm just saying, I'm just pointing it out. We don't know for sure, but you might be right. A lot of people think that Rock has done a lot of setting up, which she probably has, which is the reason why they could continue to tell the story for a minute and unravel a lot of Rock's secrets. You know what I'm saying? But anyway. All right, so where am I? Because we're about to be done with this. So we also have Malcolm, who goes back to explain himself to Captain Baptiste about telling Mr. Bingham to press charges against Burke. Okay, he's like, I didn't, you told me that you wanted to stay quiet or this and that. I mean, he knows how to lie and make it sound good and clean it up, doesn't he? But we don't listen. He looked like he got them off their backs for that night. But next week's episode, he talking about, oh, they're really on to us, blah, blah, blah. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. Okay. Now we also have Snap and Pop and Ronnie telling Kanan that Rock is messing with their money and needs to be handled. She needs to be handled. So, we're going to see how that all plays out next week. And I'm just hoping it's going to be the end of Ronnie, the worst character in Power Book 3 that they should have never brought on. And then we can have like a nice little family barbecue, bring some chicken and, all of that stuff. And just celebrate the fact that we've got somebody like him in the furnace, Here we go. So now we have I'm gonna get to the last scene and talk about that. Oh my gosh. Jay Alexander says, according to the streets, Rock set up DEF CON high post Marvin and Ronnie. Ay. Big Wolf status said Howard lied right in the face of the father whose daughter he took. Oh Lord, I know. Lil Rock said, I ain't going to that barbecue. That is okay. Only people that are happy about it. That's all we want. We just want people that's happy about it. That's it. You don't gotta come. We want people that's gonna be celebrating. We don't want no mopers, no Ronnie nut riders. We don't want none of them. Only the people that hated Ronnie from the start and wanted him going are invited to the barbecue. Okay, Mike Conley, you coming? All right. He said, FYI, I'm bringing the baked beans to the Ronnie barbecue. All right. You're gonna have a barbecue at Stefano's Furnace. Yeah, we're gonna be sitting around like it's a daggone what you call that thing? The bonfire. Like, yes. I went and bring the little marshmallows because I don't want no crispy Ronnie flakes on my daggone marshmallows and nothing like that. But definitely gonna be enjoying the barbecue. AG says she got the potato salad. JC said no potato salad. Oh, we gonna get the potato salad. All right, y'all. So let's get to the scene. So Marvin and Rock, they take Lou on a long ride. Okay. So you see, as you can see this picture right here, like it's sad what's going on with this scene. But they're like literally ignoring him, and they're talking about the business at hand. Like, Marvin, you can't touch that dude, that snitch, because if he scratch his knee or he scrape his knee, they gonna say whatever, you know what I'm saying? They gonna come after you, so you can't touch him. They don't know that Gerald is dead, so problem solved or whatever. But you know, they're just not like, it's almost as if they're just talking. You know how you talk around somebody like a demented grandparent or something like that, that's just going on. Or if you work in a nursing home and somebody ain't in their right mind, and you about to go take care of them real quick, but they saying, oh, don't touch me, don't kill me, oh, he's touching my arm, he's got my foot, he's got my leg, and you could be over there just having a regular conversation like, yeah, girl, because I had this over here and I got them shoes out, whatever. And she over there talking about, he's gonna kill me, he's gonna kill me. You're just having a regular conversation because this person is out of their mind. So you're not really making a big deal out of it. And so that's why, this scene, it was sad only because Lulu is under the impression that his family is gonna delete him. But they are not, they are just talking regular business because they're not about to delete him. Okay, like, remember when they were going to delete, when Lulu was about to go delete, Lulu and Marvin was bringing Scrap to get killed. They had no words. They were just silent riding. Now you could probably say the same thing, that Rock and Marvin was just silent riding. And for whatever reason, they decided, we're not going to say anything, and just kind of let him think that that's what we're going to do, or just let him talk, don't feed into him. And I don't know where they got that idea. And I'm not saying I'm against the idea or for the idea, but I don't know where that tactic comes from, or that idea to be like, we're just going to be silent. We're not going to tell him that we're bringing him somewhere to help or whatever, because it's maybe because he talks too freaking much. So maybe it's a better idea not to say nothing and just, pull up to a freaking rehab or something like that. But I think that's what they're doing. I highly doubt if Marvin would be behind deleting his little brother. I highly doubt that. And I believe that Rock is not for that either. As much as sometimes I would think, like, Rock girl, sometimes I wonder, will you delete your own brother? But I don't think so. And I'm hoping that I'm right, that she will never do that. But I think that they're definitely going to send him to a rehab. Okay, now I don't know if they're gonna try to go about anything where they gotta put him under a different name. Maybe they're gonna drop a whole bunch of money on that facility and say, oh, this is his name is such and such. It's not Lou Thomas, it's a different name. Maybe they're gonna do something like that. But it was a sad scene regardless, because he's like, I think Denise said, there go my big brother, because he felt like he was being saved. Like, yes, because he thought, we looking at Rocky, he's like, you gonna do me like you did Scrap? You know what I mean? Like, oh my gosh, how could you do this? And so Marvin comes and he's like, oh, my big bro, like, I know you're not gonna let this happen to me. Don't let her kill me, Marvin. Don't let her kill me, Marvin. No, I'm not ready yet. And so after they finish talking and saying what they saying about the whole snitch situation, she turns to listen to him talking about, don't let her kill me. She's trying to kill me. She turns to look at him. She said, get him in the car. Okay. And as he said, no, I'm not ready yet. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, Lulu. And then when they was driving, he's like, y'all don't love me. Y'all don't love me no more. I'm your baby brother. I'm your little brother, And even then, like, Marvin, he couldn't take it no more. Like, he had to say something. He had to say something. He had to be like, we love you. Okay, we love you, Lou. Like, you got to tell him something, So why y'all doing me like this, right? And so then he's like, please. He started crying. Whatchamacallit gives him some liquor to drink, and then he really broke down. He was like, y'all gonna put me down? Y'all gonna leave me in the dark? Leave me alone? Don't do me like that. So after he really was crying a lot, he kind of like manned up a little bit. He's like, all right, y'all do what y'all gotta do, but don't leave me out there like that by myself. So he don't want to be out by himself. It kind of reminds me of this this scene from The Wire. What was that? old face Andre, where he was like, at least don't put me in that building. You know what I'm saying? Like in one of the houses, at least let my, you know, my family find me so they could give me a burial, like a proper, you know what I'm saying? So like sometimes, you know, that even matters as well, you know, like damn, don't let it be like that, you know. But you know, we just gonna see. I know he kept mostly pleading with Marvin, and it was very tough to watch because, like, I could imagine that it was hard for them to just keep quiet. You know what I'm saying, and not tell them where they were taking them. It probably hurt them not to be able to say that they weren't even putting them down. It's like we just Rock was probably, or they probably, I'm pretty sure they both agreed, like, we just not gonna say nothing. We just gonna let this little ninja think what the freak he want to think because his mouth is too damn big. Because guess what? If he freaking runs away some daggone where, he's probably gonna freaking talk some daggone more. We don't know. So we just gonna have to say what we gotta say. I mean, we just gonna have to zip it. Okay, teach him to shut up no matter what. All right. So that was just that, y'all. But then you got 50, I'm sorry, grown Kanan narrating, making it seem like, oh, you know, you staring down the barrel of the gun, blah, blah, blah. You start talking different, this and that, da, 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 da. And, you know, you want somebody to give you another chance and all of this. But it's like, so he trying to psych our minds like they going to kill Lulu. They ain't going to kill Lulu, y'all. I ain't worried about Lulu. So we just gonna see what happens. We gonna see where he gonna wind up. Is he gonna get cleaned up? I think so. I hope so. You know, I hope Lulu get cleaned up. Do what you gotta do, Lou, and stop freaking running your mouth. All right, get something done, boo. Now that's just that. Big Wolf said the drive scene was cold, especially on how Rock was looking in the mirror. Yeah, she was looking in the mirror like you did it to yourself. She just trying to be rock. She just trying to be rock hard. She freaking doing nothing to that brother of hers. We will come back mid-season next year, probably so. But like that's what I was saying. I'm gonna miss him because he's not gonna be in a lot of scenes. Like going forward, I don't think we're gonna see him for a little minute. But we just want him to come back and smooth Lou. You know. You change, you don't want to put nobody down no more. Okay, that's fine, brother. Find something to do, boo. Find something to do. I don't know, but we're gonna see. I hope so because he's been on for a while. They kept showing the road like something was gonna pop out the woods, like unique. Funny thing is, when they first showed the scene of them driving, you kind of saw like the little hill thing. I said, what the heck is going on here? This looked like where he rolled Unique down that daggone hill. You know, I definitely thought about Unique. Marvin giving Lulu his last drink was so crazy. Yeah. That was his last drink for sure because you about to be sobered up, boo. So have fun. You know, you just kind of playing into the whole daggone thing, which is that's kind of messed up, you know. For to do to somebody's psyche, it's really messed up to make somebody think that they about to get deleted by their siblings. Like that's rough. But anyway, y'all, that's about it. I thank you so much for being here, guys. It's 12:13. Let me get ready to get my behind in bed. I cannot stand when I have to get up early and drive far. Like that's so annoying to me. Oh my gosh. They treated him like a child throwing a tantrum. Rock is about family. That's why they showed the diner the diner where they have family dinners. Yeah. They should have the cops pull them over and Lulu jump out. No. We need it to happen just the way it was. No Lulu jumping out. No. Lulu got to go away for a little while. Okay. The bro is unhinged. Okay. He got to go away. Learn how to keep that mouth shut. All right, get in your right mind, boo, because you need therapy. Yeah, Mike Conley said I think the silent treatment was the best for him. Yeah, it was the best because it just kind of had to happen. You know what I mean? Even though it was sucky, it had to happen. There was no other way around it. I don't think so. All right, y'all. Thank you so much for being here. You guys take care and be blessed. I'll see you in the next video. We're gonna be here on Sunday to discuss this, our least favorite moments, scratching my head moments, and favorite moments. Okay, on Sunday at 8:05. All right, y'all take care and be blessed. Bye bye. Oh my gosh, I can't get off.